Hello and welcome to Divine Stream Radio Podcast. I'm Jason Blaiklock, and today we're opening God's Word together with a simple, encouraging chapter reflection. Today's message is from Romans 10. This chapter is all about the heart of the gospel, how God saves and how people come to believe. Paul begins by acknowledging that there are people who are sincere about God but still miss the way of salvation. In Romans 10, we learn that religious effort is not the same as righteousness from God. Paul's point isn't that zeal is wrong, it's that zeal must be aligned with God's truth. When people try to earn right standing with God through their own strength, they can end up rejecting the very grace God is offering. Then Paul moves to the beautiful simplicity of the good news. Salvation is by believing. He says that if you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth, you will be saved. In other words, faith isn't just an idea you keep hidden. It becomes something you openly trust and openly speak. Paul also makes it clear that God's message is near. The gospel isn't something you have to climb to reach. No secret ladder, no ritual maze. God's invitation is accessible. The word of faith is proclaimed, heard, and believed. And that leads to one of the most important ideas in this chapter. Faith comes through hearing. Paul explains that people can't believe unless they hear the message. And the message doesn't spread by accident. It's carried by preaching and proclaiming. So there's a clear connection between God's plan and the responsibility of God's people to share the truth. Romans 10 also challenges us with a compassionate urgency. Paul expresses grief over those who haven't yet embraced Christ, and he points toward prayer and mission. When we think about the lost, Romans 10 doesn't only produce debate, it produces burden. So what does this chapter call us to do? First, it invites you to place your trust in Jesus, not in your own ability to fix yourself. Second, it encourages you to confess what you believe. Let your faith be spoken, not sealed shut. Third, it reminds us to support the message going out through prayer, through participation, and through sharing when God opens the door. Romans 10 ends up sounding like a promise and a mission at the same time. The promise is that God receives those who believe. The mission is that people need to hear, so believers should carry the message. If you're listening today and you feel far from God, Romans 10 offers hope. The gospel is not unreachable. God is not asking you to earn your way. He's calling you to believe. Thanks for listening. I invite you to join the discussion. Visit our podcast super site at godstreamradio.com. There, you'll find podcasts from leading Christian authors and many Christian musicians. Plus, be sure to subscribe to the Divine Stream Radio newsletter, where you'll receive inspiring messages and have the chance to enter our weekly draw for a chance to win a beautiful A4 and 63-page study guide of the Book of Job. You can subscribe by clicking the link in this podcast or by visiting divinestreamradio.com directly. Let's walk this journey of reliance on God together. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, exercise the patience of Job, stay faithful and seek God's guidance.